Hey, Neice Knight here, and you are watching Let's Talk About It with Raheem Mitchell.
Let's talk about it.
Ooh, baby, yeah. How do I fall in love again? How do I erase the pain that resides in my emotions? How can I just get over it? How can I find the strength, regroup, and then start over? And I want to try to, but something just stops me in my tracks. Can't seem to move forward looking back. Something brand new is in my view, but I can't reach it, fears controlling my advance. How do I fall in love again? How do I fall in love again? In love again. It's so confusing every day. Seems that I'm out, indifferent, constantly changing. Wanna just run the other way. I know I can't face the problem if I'm not confronting. Ooh, and I want to even try to, too scared to take a second chance. I'll do without love, without a romance, but I can't fool myself if I try to, 'cause everywhere that I run, now there I am again. How do I fall in love? It's draining me, it's killing me, I'm losing sleep. The story keeps replaying in my mind. What to do and what to say, I'm losing hope, how do I pray? When you're not here, I miss you. When you're here, I wish you'd go away. How do I fall in love? How do I do it? Oh, please tell me. Yeah. How do I fall in love again? Yeah. How do I fall in love again? Say I just heard about a show.
Let's talk about it, talk about it.
Where the independent artists go.
Let's talk about it, talk about it.
Neice got a new EP.
Let's talk about it, talk about it.
Stephanie's doing comedy.
Let's talk about it, talk about it.
That girl from LA and
Let's
that
talk about it, talk about it.
And now your host of Let's Talk About It,
Let's talk
Raheem Mitchell.
about it.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Raheem Mitchell. Thank you for tuning in. I'm telling you, That is my baby sis that just opened up the show for me today, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? She's here on Let's Talk About It. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Miss Neice Knight to the show. Woo-wee!
That's a round of applause.
A round of applause. Oh my God! First of all, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your, because I know you're busy. If you ain't doing something with the children, you doing something with the family.
Yeah.
If you ain't doing something with the family, you doing something with the baby girl.
Yep.
If you ain't doing something with baby girl, you doing something with mom. So now I called you. I said, Neice, now we gonna put all that aside. I just want you.
Yeah.
Just you, Neice. Come on and just, you know, it's gonna be Brick Bun Little Sis just going at it, and I want you just to sing your heart out for me. And that's what you did. And man, I'm just so proud of you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Likewise.
Man, you
proud of
just
you too.
doing just such an outstanding job, man. And just you know, I know you got a lot going on. It's only a half an hour show. I know we can do a 3-hour show, but you go ahead and just share with everybody and let them know what's going on and how Let's Talk About It can help you with whatever you need.
Oh man. Well, first I want to say, like, the set looks great.
Thank you.
I remember I was one of the first guests.
You
on Let's
you
Talk
know you
About
were
It.
the first
And-
guest.
Oh yeah, I was me and Tobias.
Yep.
And you know, you didn't have your little fancy set. and all
No,
of that
it
stuff.
was just the white
So
curtain.
you
remember?
growing, yeah. Like, this is good. Look at you, little graphics behind you and all that.
Yeah, good compliments of
I
your
see
brother.
You. I see you. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
Carlton
right.
Knight
right.
took care of it for me.
Right, that's good.
It's a family thing.
It is.
It's a
It is.
family
That's
thing.
important. That's
Yes.
important. And it's interesting, you know, that you say it's a family thing, because, you know, our band is called The Family,
Family,
right?
yes.
And I'm not the, you know, the creator or the president or the founder, I should say, of that band. That would be Yvette Cook. Now,
Right.
Yvette Cook is something else in her own right.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
she is the lead vocalist for Rolls Royce.
Right.
And so she started the family like about 20 years ago, maybe more, I'm not sure. I've only been a part of the family a little less than a decade now.
Right.
And many years she was trying to just make it more of a chemistry, you know what I mean, amongst
Right.
the group and that.
Right.
And now I think we have that. We have like 5 frontline singers,
Right.
you know, and when she has to go on tour or be away, we can still, you know, the family does not have to stop
Right.
rolling. We are still rolling. You know, we are over at the Stuffed Potato at the Anaheim Packing House in Anaheim once a month. Usually we're there on the 3rd Saturdays. Sometimes that fluctuates. Just depends, you know,
Right.
on what's happening. But, you know, being able to just get back up on that stage, you know, that's where we come from.
Yeah, that's where our teeth were cut. Right there.
That's
on that
right
stage.
there. Right
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, doing all of the promotion and the shacklacking.
Yeah, and she clapped.
All that. Why don't you tell them about
Yeah.
the shacklacking night? They're like, what the heck did she just say?
Okay, so what happened was we were doing a show, and you know it's like, you know, budget is low, so we didn't have advertisement. So Neice looked at me, I looked at Chris. They were like, time to do some shacklacking, and it was like, okay. And what shacklacking is when you put your poster up on a telephone pole, and then you know how you have the what is that, the staple gun, and then you hit it, and it goes shacklacking, shacklacking, and we get in the car and we pull off.
Run.
So that's what we call. That's why we call shacklacking. So we
Shacklacking.
put the map up. We put the poster up to let you know where the play is, and then we just out, jump in the car, and take off. So by the time the morning crew, the street crew come in, and they take it all down, but they didn't see our message all day. So that's it. That's where shacklacking came from.
That's the hustle. That's the hustle right there. It was fun times, though.
Yeah.
That was fun times.
Yeah.
Jumping in the RV, traveling to wherever we're going, you know.
It wasn't Vegas. It was Sacramento.
Sacramento, right.
It was Sacramento. It was. We just went all over.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we grew, you know, from Talk is Cheap to Tell Hell I Ain't Coming to
Lord Holler.
Lord Holler If You Hear Me.
Woman at the Well.
Woman at the Well, just you name it, man. It's just so many shows. And then to think about it, we still doing the same thing.
Still
that we
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Full circle. You know what I mean? Because your gift is your gift. And then when you're not working in it, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
You know, something's off. And that thing that's off is you're not working in your gift, because the Bible tells us our gifts make room for us.
Yes.
Right? So if we're not feeling like we're in that space where we need to be and we're not working in that thing, we always feel a little unsettled. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, it evolves, right?
Right.
Because back then I wasn't teaching voice and drama. I was teaching voice,
Right.
but not teaching drama, right? I've been
right.
teaching voice a long time, but I wasn't teaching drama, you know, back then.
Right.
But now, you know, I get to pour back into the younger people and, you know, teach them some stuff
Yes.
that people taught me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
We learned from the best,
Man,
you know?
hey, you got your Daz Pattersons, your Sid Burstons, what is his name? Chuck P.
Chuck Penn.
You know, and
yeah.
and you know a little bit of what is his name? It was Jerry Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, you know, rest
Yes,
in peace,
yes,
Jerry Jones,
yes.
man. Just all the people that just gave us the start.
It was so interesting watching Dolomite and hearing them say Jerry Jones' name
Yeah.
and watching Jerry Jones' character
Yeah.
on that
On the show,
movie.
yeah.
It was really, really like, it was kind of surreal because you go, wow, that is how Jerry is. That is how he was.
The
or
same
whatever.
person, wasn't he? Yep. Perfect, man.
Yeah, perfect. I like the fact that we were able to do that. I just wish he would have been able to see it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good.
That's it. That's good. Now you just I know you got your EP out. So tell us about that. Tell us how all
now-
that came. Because I remember all the time you used to be on the road like, Ram, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna tell you. And in my very first, you said my very first thing. I'm gonna sing on the table. You said I'm gonna be dancing on the
Dancing
table.
on the table. I wasn't dancing on the table. My knees started doing something. I couldn't dance on the table. But let me tell you, the EP, people pushed me. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I'm not sure why I hadn't done it. You know what I mean? I just hadn't done it. I was happy performing
Right.
on stage. I was happy, you know, getting that thrill of the audience, you know, when they get the joke or,
Yeah.
you know, or when they stand up and applaud and, you know, they're talking back to you in the audience. That was good for me. And I just, you know, I didn't push forward with, you know, doing my own project. And now, you know, the project's been around for quite some time, but after COVID hit, I just, you know, there wasn't much to do, much that
Right.
I could do with it.
Right.
But when it first came out, How Do I ended up being like about, I think it was 26 or 27 on the UK Soul chart.
Right.
And I was like blown away because, you know, I wasn't sure how things are going to go or whatever.
Right.
You know, and hopefully now we can revive it. You know, we're coming out of this COVID thing. It's not that it's completely gone away, but
Right.
we're coming out of it. And with that being said, there's more performing going on.
Right.
There's more people asking, hey, can you come here? Can you do that? And, you know, I'm talking to some people and I'm hoping that some of those talks are going to result in, you know, some of the things that I've been waiting for.
Yeah. Because I remember I was going to come out to one of your performances, but that got canceled because of COVID. And then your boy, what's his name? Kedro.
Oh, Kedjo.
Kedjo, yeah, his birthday thing
Yeah, it got canceled for
because
that.
I was supposed to come
Absolutely.
and host that also. So but he told me, he said, but Raheem is coming.
It's
He's
coming.
gonna
It's
come
coming.
right
It's
back.
coming.
Actually,
It's coming. Yeah.
And
For
it was
sure.
just, man.
You know, Kedjo, he's a part of the family
Yes,
band.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
myself, Kedjo, Vivian Love, Yvette Cook, and Lil Miss Cheyenne
Yeah.
Pruitt.
Yeah.
So
And I'm
she's
sorry-
there. And then our other member who moved away, there were 6. Well, we used to say it was 5.5
Right.
lead singers because
Right.
Cheyenne was called the half.
Right.
But she moved, Shanita Easter, she moved to Texas. So we don't have her. We're missing her like crazy. But, you know, we're still trucking. We're still
That's right.
trucking, yeah.
We got a caravan to go there and plug up in the front
Plug
yard.
up in the
Just
front
start
yard,
singing.
just start singing. Shaking and rattling the windows.
She probably come out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
That's right.
Yeah.
So tell me just, I know you were coming in from teaching the kids. So tell me a little bit about where you're teaching and what are you teaching them?
Okay, so I teach voice and drama in the enrichment program for the city of Carson.
Right.
And I've been doing that for probably about 7 years or so. And of course, you know, in the beginning, we had a plethora of children and then the whole COVID thing. And, you know, we're now building that number back up.
Right.
To where it used to be. I just started today. Just was the beginning of my spring session.
Right.
And getting the kids prepared for what we're going to do in the summer, because the summertime we're going to be doing the production called Fame Junior.
Right.
So just getting them prepared, for that.
Okay.
And
All right.
they'll have a culminating event that we call Junior Oscars, and that'll happen in May. And then after that, we'll do an enrichment camp
Right.
for the summer, and then they'll do Fame Junior in the summer. And then I went and added another boatload of things for myself.
Right, well, you got. I mean, it's 2 for them, 3 for self.
Yeah.
4 for them, 6 for self.
Right,
You know how it go.
right.
You still got to keep your tools nice and sharp. So you can cut somebody just in case.
Absolutely.
You know how it go.
Yeah. Although I have to admit, I get a little nervous about it because, like I told you, I have my nonprofit now.
Right.
And my nonprofit is called the 3-in-1 Experience. And what I want to do, it actually will be more than 3-in-1, but what I want to do is to bring families back together through the arts.
Right.
Because, if a kid has talent, many times that talent came from somewhere, right? The apple didn't fall that far from the tree.
Nah.
So mom or dad or sister or brother, somebody does that, or they grew up around it, or maybe dad might know how to build a set, mom knows how to do wardrobe, somebody else is an administrative genius,
Right.
Somebody else is a marketing genius, whatever. I just want to be able to bridge that gap between, the kids and the adults. Now, because kids are constantly like in their phones, on their devices, nobody's really talking to each other anymore, and you know what I mean, we're not engaging.
Right.
So I want to bridge that gap, and I want to pull the families back together with the 3-in-1 Experience, and put on amazing shows, 3 to 4 shows a year, major productions. I would like to do premieres. Sometimes we'll be doing, musical theater. Other times we'll be doing short film style. I'd like to eventually, be able to pay my brother to come in and teach editing, or, have my mom come in and teach wardrobe and sewing and, things like that. Because that stuff they don't have in school anymore.
Right.
There's no more home ec.
No, it wasn't.
There's no more arts almost.
No, it's not.
There's some schools that still do,
Yeah,
but
some private
not
schools,
many.
yeah. No.
Not many at all.
Nah, because I know when I was in high school, I had home ec, I had restaurant training, work experience, taught us how to fill out an application, how to do interviews, and how to dress and things like that. So it's a lot of things that's not there that was there when we were coming up.
Right.
So we just have to, each one teach one.
That's right. That's right. And then we can get back to it. We can get back to it. I mean, I know that we're in an age of technology, but it's still like that grassroots stuff. It never goes away.
Nah.
You know what I mean? That foundation that's needed, that never goes away. So I want to be instrumental in that, So keep me in your prayers for that one right there.
Always. I'm always praying for you, because I know you out there. See, you out there in them streets, we say.
In the streets.
You out there doing your thing, man. Your day probably like mine. Up at 5, in the bed by 7.
Man, I can't even get in the bed by 7. That's the thing. But I'm not up by 5 either. Let me just be honest.
Well,
But maybe up by 7, in the bed by 12.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
But I mean, we have to do to make it work, and so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, because they say it's not gonna work itself.
It won't.
No, not at all. So, what inspires you to write all the beautiful music that you do?
Ooh, I don't force it.
Right.
It just comes. When it comes, it comes. And how do I? That song, it was emotional for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was an emotional piece. And I had it in my head for a couple of years before I put pen to paper.
Right.
I knew what I wanted to say. I knew the melody.
Right.
But it was something about me writing it down because it was a real experience for me.
Right.
It was something about me writing it down that gave me angst. So because I felt so anxious about it,
Right.
I wouldn't do it,
Right.
But when I was able to write and put the pen to paper, that's when I knew I had healed from that.
Right.
And I was able to move forward with writing it. A lot of times, I mean, writing is like life imitating art, or art imitating life, or, what I mean? It's kind of
Hand in hand.
yeah, it's hand in hand. So somebody said it, and it said, that might might be a song. Or something happened with me or something happened with somebody else, or you know what I mean? It's just life experiences. You throw them on a piece of paper and you say, throw it on the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah. That's it. And I remember the video too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the video.
Wow, now that was a long day. And let me tell you something. That morning, rushing around, you know, you try to be every woman. You know, oh, let me make sure they have food. Let me make sure this. Let me make sure that. Oh, did I get all my wardrobe? Blah, blah. I'm rushing around, and I slammed my toe into the side of the table and sprained my toe so bad.
I remember that.
And I had to pretend all day that I was not in pain. And it was so funny because every time Sid Burstyn directed it,
right.
every time he said cut, everybody would swarm to me and take my shoe off my foot. And I was, oh, God. Yeah. Oh, this is horrible, you know. Right. But, I mean, it's a good experience because it helps me to tell the kids, listen, the show must go on.
No matter what happens.
Right? The show must go on. And, you know, you're speaking from experience rather than
right.
just saying, you know, do as I say and not as I do.
Right.
So, you know, those experiences are like, oh, I wish it would have been different. But, you know, I think it turned out well. Caudra did a great job editing and, you know, all that. You know, it was wonderful.
Yeah. And when you got there, I looked at your foot. Like they say, it's okay. I said, no, you don't have to put your foot up, get some ice.
You did. You took care of me real good. You were like, put this foot up and put the ice and don't go and you just sit here the whole time until it's time to go on. Okay.
You know, but Ram, anybody said, Neice, just sit down. Just
sit down.
I said, just sit right here. We're going to be all right. And then the minute it was time for you to go, boy, you showing up, brought that foot down, Ram.
Yeah, you brought that
you
foot
brought
down.
that foot down for me.
And toes looking like, wow.
But the video was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed it.
Little short film
Yeah.
music video. I was trying to be Michael Jackson.
That's all right. You was too. You did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was great.
It was fun.
Yeah. But just to see you go from when I very first met you, you was singing, still doing your thing, and now it's just like you running your own company, and it's just, wow.
Yeah.
I just sit back and think, man, what we were doing before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're still together, all of us are still, friends and acquaintances and still doing things together and stuff like that. And that's what it's about. For me, that's what it's about. It's not about a big I, little you, or look at me thing. It's like everybody needs to, help each other. Everybody needs to help build each other and keep each other, going and pushing them in the direction there we know we should be going in. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So that's what's dope, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That is what is the best about having a family.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Of people that love you, people that are around, that are always encouraging you, not hating on you. It's not crabs in a bucket.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, go. You can do it,
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Neice, okay, you go ahead, you do your thing. When it's finished, come on, let's talk about it.
Talk about it. And you're the one pushing me to get my movie finished. Like, you're like, we got to shoot this movie. What are you waiting on? I'm like, oh, well, we need this and we need that. Well, we got this and we got this and we got, what are you waiting? Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm like, well, look, I got cameras.
Right.
I got the lights.
Right.
What
right.
more
what
we
waiting on? I'm like, we want some more money.
That's true. Yeah.
Gotta have the money.
Gotta
pay your people. So, it's coming though. I feel like there is a turn, a switch, transition happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be a switch.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in there when that switch get turned on.
Ooh.
Ain't nobody gonna be able to turn that off.
Man, let me tell you.
We're gonna be ready.
Let me tell you.
We're gonna be ready.
Yeah. It makes me a little nervous sometimes because I'm a fish out of water as it relates to the processes of having a nonprofit.
Right.
That part I'm learning. The entertainment part, we got that.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
The production part, we got
have that.
Administration, we got that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just learning some things, the do's and the don'ts as it relates to nonprofit organizations.
Right. So go ahead and, I'm glad you said that. So can you go ahead and share some of it? First of all, tell us how you really got started with your nonprofit, and what are the do's and don'ts about a nonprofit?
Well, I am still learning some of the do's and don'ts, but you got to have your board, right? You have to have a board of people that you meet with on a regular basis,
Right.
and those things have to be recorded. And there's things you can't just say, yeah, we did it. You know what I mean? It has to happen.
Right.
Has to be recorded. Has to be somewhere where we keeping this on file. In the event we have if there's questions about what this company is doing.
Right.
And those board members have a say in what's happening, in this company.
Right.
Their ideas matter, all that kind of stuff. You want to talk. I'm starting to learn about what types of banking accounts should I get for the nonprofits, which banks were the better banks for nonprofits, which,
Right.
Cater more to nonprofits. I'm still doing the research on that. As far as the grants are concerned, the people who are giving the grants, what they're looking for.
Right.
You know what I mean? What should you have in place before you even apply to any of these grants?
Right.
Some grants you may need a grant writer. Others you can kind of navigate. The smaller grants you can navigate those on your own. But the great thing about that is we have a grant writer in the family, right?
That's right.
So it's like God puts things in place that need to be in place.
Right.
And I'm grateful for that. But it's been in works over
Yes.
the years,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Not just, oh, bam, there it is. It's
Nah,
been in
it's
the
in-
works over the years,
Yes.
over the years. So,
Yes.
yeah, I'm still learning about that. But I'm grateful. I had a friend of mine, Dee Dee, called me and she said, I know you need some money for the nonprofit. I need you to call this lady because they need volunteers. They need, nonprofits to come out and assist. And, it'll be great, great money for the organization. And, it's a good start for you.
Right.
And I'll say, okay. Wow. So I was like, we're doing this? The Long Beach Grand Prix
Yes.
next weekend.
Right.
And that's going to be, what's this? This is April. So April 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Right.
The Long Beach Grand Prix is happening, and it's a big deal in Long Beach every year.
Right.
Hundreds of thousands of people show up.
Right.
And so my organization will be sponsoring one of the concessions there.
Right.
And when I say sponsor, I mean more or less working the concession.
Right.
Because we don't have to provide anything
Right.
except service.
Okay.
And then with that being said, there's a portion of the funds from that concession
of
that goes
proceeds
to
go towards you. Okay.
to the organization.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So
good.
my first one, I'm excited. I'm nerve-sighted. That's what my daughter says.
Yeah.
I'm nerve-sighted about
Right,
it because I
right,
want to
right.
make sure that everything is in place. Everybody's done their alcohol training because there's beer in the concession. So
Right.
because of that, you have to be trained and you have to have a certificate to
Right.
serve. So
I did not know that.
You do. You do.
I thought as long as the event coordinator had one, but the individual person
Absolutely.
that's serving the beer has to know when to cut somebody up. No,
That's
no,
absolutely
no,
right.
No.
And it's a big deal. Like I was like, this training is long. They told me this is the first time that they've done it online, but it is literally like 4 hours. You sitting there and you're listening and you're going through, questions and multiple choice and blah blah blah. And then after all of that, then you take an exam,
Right.
and then they say yes, you can serve. So I'm, wrapping all of that stuff up and like hoping everybody, did you get yours? Did you get yours? Getting your volunteers together. And
Right.
so it's, it's a task, but I think that we're up for it, and eventually it'll be easier because once I get my kids involved, I'll have children signing up for, the program and that. Then I'll have parents who assist in that. Then it'll be a little easier. But right now we're at the ground floor.
That's it.
And that's where you're putting in all the
That-
work.
That's what you said. What brings me back to the grassroots,
Yes,
right there.
That's
so
what
then,
it
So
is.
then next year when it happens, it won't be no problem.
it won't be a problem. We
Like,
know what to expect.
I'm already. We already got my certificate.
We got
my
everything.
peoples.
Got everything.
Then they're like, okay, oh yeah, Neice Knight, you did it last year. Oh yeah, we definitely want you. Yeah, That's
Exactly.
what you do.
Got to get in
that
there.
seed, man. That's
right,
it.
right.
Yes,
So-
yes.
Yep. I'm nerve-sighted, but it'll be okay.
Well, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you first started, because I know when you first started writing your music
Mm-hmm.
for your EP, do you put the melody first or do you write first?
There's usually a melody first for me. People do it different ways.
Yeah.
But for me, there's usually, it varies because what happens is the idea first.
Right.
Right? if you have an idea of a song like one of your favorite songs, what you gonna do?
Right.
Right.
That's my.
What
that's
you
my
gonna
song.
do is a song about, you know, a woman who's fed up. She's like, I'm fed up now, and I'm taking as much as I'm gonna take. What you gonna do when I leave you?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
So I was like, I want to write a song about like what you gonna, you know, you think you think I'm gonna be here forever, but what you gonna do when I leave?
Right.
So it was an idea first.
Right.
Right. And then
Right.
after that idea, well, what I want to talk about. I don't know what I want to talk about. Well, what's the melody? I don't know. Then you get to humming the melody and that, you know. So for what you're going to do, the idea came first.
Right.
But for most of my stuff, there's a melody in my head.
Right.
And then I just add lyric.
Right. Right. That's true. Yeah. Because I know, I know it's this Wonders Here melody that was in your head. When I called you, and I told you. I say, yeah. I say, Neice, I'm about. Remember when I called you years ago? I said, Neice, I'm about to do my show. I'm about to do my. She went, well, Rand, what you want to do? What you want to?
What I
what's your
say?
show?
I say,
said,
what,
we
Rand?
said, we said, Rand, well, what you gonna talk about? What's the show about? And I started telling you. You're like, oh, okay. He said, I heard you. I heard you going like this. Oh no, I'm just getting the melody, Rand. I'm just getting it. Well, I'm doing something right now. Let me call you back in 2 weeks. And I said, okay, cool. And then you left a voicemail message on my phone. Okay, Rand, it's called Let's Talk About It. And it goes like this. Let's talk about it, talk about it. And I'm like, that's it. And he was like, no, let me put music to it. I said, no, I want it without music. No, let me put the music to it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the beautiful lady that wrote my theme music. Let's talk about it. Neice Knight wrote the music. Let's talk about it.
And my pastor Rodney Friend did the composition. So he
Right.
did the music and we did it in his studio.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if all y'all have heard the song, because I know you get little bits and pieces of it, you know, when the show come on. But, you know, I got Neice here. But before I have her sing this song, I want to have you give all of your platforms on how they can help you with your nonprofit,
Okay.
what booth to come to at the
Now,
Grand Prix.
I wish I knew that. They
Okay.
have not given me that
Right.
information. They won't give it to me until a couple of days before. I guess there's some proprietary something. I'm
Right.
not certain.
Right.
But what I can say, if you know, those of you who what camera am I talking to?
Yes,
Where
it's
am I?
your
This is
camera
my
right here.
camera.
Yeah.
Hello there, everyone. So any of you who plan to be at the Long Beach Grand Prix, I am told that each nonprofit has a tip jar at their station, and it'll say the nonprofit name. Now, and if you're there and you walk by and you see the 3-in-1 experience, then you know that is us. Please do donate to the organization. We are having our website built, so we don't have a website just yet, but we do have an email, and you can reach me there at Neice, that's spelled Neice, at the3in1experience.org. And it's the THE, the number 3, the word IN, and the number 1. So Neice at the3in1experience.org. Send me an email, especially if you're a volunteer and you want to pour back into these kids. Please do. Send me an email. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Donations. I'm looking for a place to rehearse the children.
Right.
Something, I mean, you know, preferably free.
Right.
Okay.
Right,
But
right.
I mean, you know, definitely a nominal fee, if not free. A place where they can be safe, of course, during rehearsals. And I'd like to rehearse them anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week. For 2 hours each time. So anybody out there just has a place that's kind of hanging around and you think we could, you know, rehearse there, please do get in touch with me. And you can call me as well, 310-213-8527. Again, my name is Neice Knight. And, you know, you're going to be hearing about the 3-in-1 experience. We're gonna teach the kids some stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you're not going to hear it out there, you're going to hear it right
Right
here.
here.
Oh, let's
Okay.
talk about it. So,
Yeah.
Neice, if you can, you want to go ahead and just take us home with some Let's Talk About It?
Okay, but you got to be my doo-wop pop pop pop.
All
You got
right,
to be
let's-
my background.
I
You got
can
you
do
got
some background
this.
vocals?
You got this. We ain't gonna do the whole song. We gonna
Okay.
do a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? All right.
All right.
Just heard about a show. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Where the independent artists go.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
Neice got a new EP.
Let's talk about it. Talk
Hey.
about it.
Stephanie doing comedy. Let's talk about it.
it.
We just gonna let everybody know. When you need your props, the place to go. Sometimes you only need a platform, so go to the Raheem Mitchell Show. Hey, let's talk.
I want to thank you so much for coming out, and we're about to do big things. man.
Yeah.
Just understand we're gonna do big things.
I'm so proud of you. I'm
Man.
so proud of you.
Man.
And it's gonna get, my mama
Yeah.
say, get gooder and gooder. It's
That's
gonna
it.
get gooder and
That's
gooder.
it. I'm gonna use the word you used to use in Lord Holler. I love you to pieces.
I love you to pieces. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Please support my sister, Miss Neice Knight. And remember, don't ever share your 8x10 dream with somebody with a 5x7 mind.
Now that's the word.
I'll see you next week. God bless. Peace.
That's a word.
There you go.
Let's talk about it, talk about it. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That girl from LA.